horribly unhealthy cook who last year, passed out with a panic attack and had to be, removed from the kitchen and a gurney to the hospital. Back this year, we made it to the cutting board to the fry station without thinking himself and passing out again. You know what? That's just cruel. Even for me, that's real. Wrong. What about Top Chef? I love Top Chef. Even when I'm not on it, I love the show. I won? Yes, exactly right. I love it because there's a rock, there's like a rock of Gibraltar, a shiny domed beacon of reason, fairness, and honesty, and integrity that holds that show together. Listen, what you need to know is, and I've been on the show many times, the judging is actually honest on that show. And that's the fun for me, okay? When I'm watching the show, I know what's happening. I love seeing Tom send somebody home who's like clearly an audience favorite, someone with a really dramatic backstory. You hear the muffled screams of the producers in the background going, no, we can't survive with that. She's got great actions, audience loves them. And Tom, you suck the worst this week, you go home this week in Colicchio land. That's why it's so awesome. So, every time I watch the show, when you get home a favorite, you can actually hear the muffled screams of the producers in the background. No, Trey, no. I love that about it. Also, unlike, for the very reason I hate Hell's Kitchen, I like Top Chef. The level of the contestants is extraordinarily high. At no point in my life, well, I guess now, maybe through age, experience, guile, sneakiness, tactics, every dirty trick I've learned in 28 years in the business, I might, on my best day, be able to make it through 5 episodes before I got the chuck. But what they ask of these contestants is so hard. First of all, these are all very accomplished cooks and chefs. Okay, in most cases, they run their own restaurants, own their own businesses. They're very, very good. Most of the food on that show is really good, even stuff that gets people kicked off. Look what it has to these people, too. They're like locked up for a month and a half during the making of the show. Basically, in a bunker. They can't call friends. They can't use the internet. They can't use cookbooks. And at any moment, 4 o'clock in the morning, they can be woken up by God will actually say, you have 2 hours using the contents of that vending machine, and they can flow towards delicious nutrition. Using the entire glass empty of bags. And what he's preparing that meal is using Toyota Highlander. But the cooking is good, and the contestants are good, and it is reasonable, after the first couple of weeks, it is reasonable to expect that any one of these people could go home and either choke and go home, or just step up and get the big win. You've seen it. You've seen the more talented chef again and again choke at the last minute, and somebody who's really hit the ceiling of their ability to suddenly dig deep and find some magical strength and get the win. I find that fascinating to watch. Another thing I find fascinating about the show is that during the judges' table, which you see about 2 minutes of, understand that's like 3 hours, okay? Tom, Padma, maybe whoever, the guest judges, we're sitting there arguing for a long time. There's bitter differences of opinion over who's going home and who's getting the win. And during that entire time period, just out of sight under the table, there's tumbler glass and gin tonics. So I take one bite of this at the table, have